Tonight, tragedy in Wisconsin as multiple people are dead, including the gunman after a shooting in Milwaukee.
And new digs in Iron Range City is rolling out plans for a state-of-the-art convention center when it could become a reality.
And later, a Northwest Wisconsin school earns a prestigious national award, what they're doing to improve their test scores.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A gunman opened fire at the Molson Coors Brewing Company campus in Milwaukee, Wisconsin this afternoon, killing 5 people. This comes after initial reports from authorities said there were 7 dead, including the gunman.
Police say the shooter, an active employee at the company, apparently also killed himself. CBS News correspondent Nancy Chen has the details.
A gunman opened fire at the Molson Coors Brewing Company campus in Milwaukee.
Officers located the suspect, a 51-year-old Milwaukee man, deceased from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. At this time, we have located 5 additional deceased adult victims. The victims all worked at Molson Coors.
The latest U.S. mass shooting erupted Wednesday afternoon at the sprawling complex.
They thought they were going to go to work, finish their day, and return to their families. They didn't, and tragically, they never will.
During a news conference about coronavirus, President Trump spoke about the Milwaukee victims.
Our hearts break for them and their loved ones. We send our condolences. We'll be with them.
Many details remained unclear. As officers put on tactical gear, employees were warned by email to find a safe place to hide. Neighboring schools went on lockdown.
All of us were just kind of in shock because we didn't know what was going on.
Police said the crime scene remained fluid, but there was no longer an active threat. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Police did not release the shooter's identity and said the victims' names will not be released until family notifications are made.
The Duluth Police Department is weighing in on a report released this week aimed at reducing deadly officer-involved shootings.
The working group was made up of community, advocacy, mental health, and law enforcement stakeholders. Now, Chief Mike Tuskin says the report is full of useful information as it relates to policing a city.
CBS 3's John Cardinelli is digging into what the chief had to say about the report. John.
Kristen, Tony, Chief Tuskin said that his department is always trying to be innovators in law enforcement. He says 90% of the recommendations in the report his department is already implementing or is in the process of implementing. The report made 28 recommendations and advised 33 action steps for law enforcement agencies across the state after months of collaborating. Chief Tuskin says his department already has adopted a co-responder model to improve outcomes for people with disabilities or in a mental health crisis. The model helps ensure that officers know how to respond appropriately when dealing with those that have disabilities. He added there is currently a review board to monitor body cameras to ensure accountability in deadly force encounters. He also says that officers now are going to have mental health checks each year, a recommendation from the working group. Chief Tuskin says he is happy with the recommendations the working group put together.
Ultimately, the people are the police and the police are the people. And I think that they did a nice job of bringing people together who could talk openly about their fears, their concerns, and then talk about solutions and then build a report that actually reflects really not a law enforcement look at this, but a community look.
Chief Tuskin says even though the department has touched on many of the issues in the recommendation, there is always room for improvement. So far, the working group has spent 6 months working on the report. They plan to release its full report in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
All right, John Cardinelli in the newsroom for us tonight. Thanks, John.
A Duluth man has pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting 2 young girls at an in-home daycare. It happened at a former daycare in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. Daniel Bunnell was originally charged in 2018. The 23-year-old is the son of the woman who ran the 24-hour daycare. The children say Bunnell sexually assaulted them while they were spending the night. He's set to be sentenced in May. According to Department of Human Services records, the daycare had its license suspended shortly after Bunnell was charged. The license was officially revoked in January of this year. High water levels are causing a delay to the start to the shipping season on the St. Lawrence Seaway. Officials made the announcement today, saying commercial shipping for the Montreal Lake Ontario section of the Seaway will now begin April 1st instead of the anticipated start date of March 20th. Industry experts worry the delay could interrupt the supply chain, prompting issues for industries like mining, manufacturing, and farming. As of now, officials say the delay is not expected to have an impact on the Duluth Superior Port.
The Northland's last link to a pivotal event in American history passed away last night in Aurora. Pearl Harbor survivor Arleigh Burke died 9 days after celebrating his 100th birthday with guests like State Senator David Tomassoni and State Representative Dave Lislegard. At age 21, he was a gun director on the USS Honolulu when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor and forced the United States into World War II. It is thought there are no more Pearl Harbor survivors in Minnesota now that Burke of Hoyt Lakes and Bruce Atwater of Bemidji have passed away in 2020. Plans for a memorial service are pending, according to Burke's family.
Well, for the last 11 years, every December 7th, I've had the honor of interviewing Arleigh. It's going to feel a little bit different here come this year. All right, let's talk about weather. Let's go to the map. Let's talk about a chance for some flurries for a good portion of our region and some slightly heavier snows for at least one county. So if you take a look towards the South Shore Bayfield County, the lake effect snow machine is still going on in that part of the world, and they can pull another inch or so there in the next couple of hours. And of course, technically that's not that much, but it is a little bit slippery, and that snow coming down could reduce visibility. So for the next few hours, especially around the Bayfield Peninsula, do drive cautiously. We've got some flurries coming in tonight, yes, but then higher pressures coming in as well. That should clear us up and cool us down for our Thursday. And the day planner for Thursday says as you head out the door, I think we'll chase away most of the clouds and be partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Low temperatures, though, will become a little bit brisk here in the Twin Ports. 3 degrees above zero, maybe 5 below towards International Falls, maybe 5 towards places like Hayward, so roughly a range of 5 below to 5 above. Lunchtime, mostly sunny still, and coming back home, mostly sunny with a high of only 19. The normal's in the upper 20s. When will we get back to that? I'll let you know coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Presidential hopeful and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders will rally in Minnesota next week. The Democratic frontrunner will be at the St. Paul River Center on Monday. That's according to his campaign website. It'll mark a key stop ahead of Super Tuesday in a state many presidential candidates covet. Doors will open at 5:30 with the rally beginning at 7:30. The event is free on a first-come, first-served basis.
Officials on the Iron Range are working on a project that they say will bring an economic boom.
Blueprints are drafted for a brand new convention center in Virginia, with construction expected to begin in just a couple of months.
CBS 3's Jenna Wells learned the impact this facility will make on the community.
Old, problematic, and unaccommodating. All words Virginia city officials used to describe the Miners Memorial Building.
We've evaluated doing renovations and just came to the conclusion that it was not as cost effective in the long run to renovate as it was to do new construction.
Now a new building is set to take its place, a roughly 115,000 square foot facility called the Miners Event Convention Center.
We will be able to start doing more programs and more events up here on the Iron Range than we've ever been able to do in the past.
The facility, which will be built on the Virginia High School football field, will feature an ice rink that doubles as an event arena, ballrooms, and a fitness center.
We want to make sure it's not just a hockey arena, it's just a small piece. It's a community-based place where everybody can come and grow. It's going to be an economic boon for the community.
Officials say 12 of the $32 million needed for the building is funded through a bonding bill passed by state legislature in 2018. Virginia taxpayers are on the hook as well.
The sales tax starting January of this year went up by 1% here in the city, and the funds for that over the next 20 years will be going towards the debt service on this new project.
Officials say this has been a long time coming, and the center will be the first of its kind on the Iron Range.
We plan on putting a shovel in the ground, hopefully, by the end of April of this year, providing that we're able to work the budget. We have some budget issues still to work out and some adjustments to make into the design build, but overall, it's almost ready to go.
Construction will be a lengthy process, with completion set for fall of 2021.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, how a Northwest Wisconsin school is earning national recognition and closing the achievement gap.
And later, how a group of Duluth students is working to make sure you're safe in the event of a house fire.
Normal high temp is 28 today. We missed it by that much. Tomorrow, we'll miss it by more as temperatures take a bit of a tumble. Won't stay down forever. They'll rise to the occasion, probably by the weekend. And we'll show you these temperature trends with the 7-day forecast right after this break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3.
Save big money in your next project with 11% off everything at Menards. Eliminate hard water stains and scale buildup in your home with Morton Water Softeners. This unit features innovative regeneration technology that monitors your water usage to maximize salt and water efficiency. This 27,000 grain unit is an ideal choice for small to medium households. All water softeners are now 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Daddy, you're gonna need a lot of work.
Oh, okay. I'm clearly not the boss here. But with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip basket, I'm the sauce boss. It's my choice of honey barbecue or sweet and tangy sesame glaze on juicy, all-white meat chicken strips and served with a side of fries, Texas toast, and ranch. So when it comes to flavor, I'm in charge.
Eyes closed.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
DQ, happy tastes good.
The fun never ends at Black Bear Casino Resort with over 1,800 of the hottest slot machines and our thrilling selection of table games and 500-person bingo hall.
My place for gaming.
From casual to fine dining, satisfy your taste buds at one of our 3 dining venues.
My place for dining.
And relax in comfort with all of our first-class amenities.
My place to stay.
Looking for the party? Look no further than the Otter Creek Event Center.
My place for fun.
Visit blackbearcasinoresort.com and make the Bear your place.
Our team at Washkes in Virginia has proudly been putting the customer first since 1983. We're driven to provide the best guest experience with the most competitive pricing. Experience the difference.
We're here to help you find the right vehicle.
You're not just a customer, you're our friends and family.
We're with you every step of the way.
With 7 brands and over 300 vehicles always in stock, if we don't have it, we can find it for you. Visit Washke.com and experience the difference.
Family driven since 1983.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Vaki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS 3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Here's another look at some of the snow totals today. Most of the snow, of course, fell on the South Shore, thanks to lake influence, and ranged anywhere from just a trace in Superiors to, at least so far, a little more than 4 inches in Poplar. But Herbster at only 0.8 inches, probably doing a good job of catch-up because there is that little blast of lake effect coming down in Bayfield County and may add another inch onto that total before all is said and done. By tomorrow morning, I think for the most part, everything will be said and done with the snow. And then we'll get a period coming aboard with a sunnier sky and cooler temperatures, too. Temperatures, at least here in the Twin Ports, are falling off, but they're doing so slowly. So it is still 14 above at the airport in Duluth. 62% for the relative humidity. North-northwest wind. It's going 8 miles per hour, and our air pressure, 1,023 millibars, or 30.22 inches of mercury. I don't remember how to calculate kilopascals, so we'll avoid that one here, at least tonight. Right now, we won't avoid Watersmead's temperature. That's 13, 12 in Ironwood, 17 still Ashland, and 20 in Hayward. Well, the warm spell's still lingering for this part of our world, but we go down a little bit to Solon Springs and Superior at 19, 18 Moose Lake, and dipping down towards 12 Silver Bay, 10 Ely, 14 Grand Rapids, and 13 International Falls. By tomorrow morning, International Falls could be down to about 5 below. And temperature-wise, maybe 5 above or so here at the head of the lakes. Just a hair warmer by a couple of degrees for Wisconsin and Michigan. So the cool snap is coming. It's not really a crazy snap, but it's kind of like more of a gentle snap. It'll cool us down for a couple of days before the next warm spell hits by the weekend. And now, taking a look at what's hitting on the South Shore, there's that little blast of the lake effect coming across for Bayfield County towards Herbster and the Bayfield Peninsula. That neck of the woods could continue for another hour or so, maybe even 2. And that's why we're thinking could add up to about another additional inch on top of what's already fallen here today. And of course, that is courtesy of a trough of lower pressure that's been plaguing us, if you're not a snow fan, or benefiting us if you are a snow fan, for the last couple of days. It's on its way out. The flurry should go away by tomorrow morning, and higher pressure from the north takes over, probably for Thursday and Friday, bringing in a sunnier sky, but also cooler conditions, at least temporarily, 48 hours worth. We get into the weekend, this low pressure system now stalled out along a stationary front will burst forth, come our way, bring us another chance of flurries early Saturday morning, just a 20 to 30% shot. And then after that, it warms up. We'll get back into the mid-upper 30s like we had just a few days ago. So that's the roller coaster we're riding here this week, and I'll show it to you with the 7-day forecast now, which shows Minnesota low temps here tonight, going from 5 below up towards International Falls, Fort Francis, to a whopping 8 degrees above zero on Park Point. 20% chance for maybe a few more light scattered flurries in Minnesota, but that's not a done deal or a sure thing. 20% chance for a little more in Wisconsin, Michigan, more likely with lows there 4 to 7. Tomorrow's highs with sunshine, Wisconsin, Michigan, 17 to 23. The cool down still creeping in. 18 to 23 or so, 17 to 23 in Minnesota with mostly sunny sky on Thursday, which sticks around through Friday. But then comes Saturday and Sunday, it does start to warm up. Look at Sunday, 37, with clouds back into the picture, which means Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Anthony and Kristen, 30% chance to 40% chance for a rain and snow mix.
Thanks, Dave. A school in northwestern Wisconsin has earned a distinguished national award.
The award recognizes schools that have shown improvement when it comes to state testing and offer free and reduced lunch to 40% of its students.
CBS3's Emma Quinn explains why this award is so important to the school.
Celebrating excellence, high achievements, and filling the gap.
The test scores over a 3-year period. And the students at Iron River Elementary had multiple years of great student achievement.
That high achievement earned them recognition on a national level by the National Association of Elementary Secondary Education.
They have an award ceremony every year that recognizes the highest performing and also schools that achieve great accomplishments with students working with students in poverty or closing achievement gaps.
Making them the only school in Wisconsin to earn the award.
Which is really powerful because it puts us on a national level and really speaks to how we are doing things here in the school district of Maple.
An achievement everyone in the community is celebrating.
I think it's a big deal for our community, for the teachers, for students, and also parents, obviously.
A team effort all around.
This is a culmination of fabulous teachers, parents, students, and administration.
School officials did travel to Washington, D.C. to pick up that award.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, going door to save a life. A group of Duluth students is raising awareness about an issue that's already claimed several lives in Minnesota. Details after the break.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
You gotta feel it to believe it. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. With fantastic speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Dynamic streaming video, so real you can feel it. Amplified in-home Wi-Fi and all the power you need to power it all. Get Extreme Internet starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
Get 0% financing for 72 months on these Sierra models. Plus, get $500 purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial, and current eligible GM owners get an additional $750.
That's the cool unifying thing of Stella Maris Academy now, is that we have these 3 campuses that are unique in their own respects, but we have this one community that has come together to say, we support Catholic education here in Duluth, and let's make this something to be really proud of.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together as families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Day gets easier.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance. We'd like to thank you again for making us the #1 Speed Queen dealer in the Northland. Imagine that, Prime Appliance and Speed Queen, the best in the business. Let us prove it to you.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
Up to 60% off on the North Face and Columbia winter clothing.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
It's already been a deadly year when it comes to fires in Minnesota.
8 people died in the month of January alone. There were only 3 fatal fires in that same time last year. Now Duluth students are doing their part to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else.
CBS 3's Alex Libby caught up with them as they checked in on community members today.
Going door to door to hopefully help save a life.
We're volunteering with the American Red Cross.
We started this program in late 2014, and since then we've installed over 10,500 free smoke detectors in at-risk homes.
That was St. Scholastica's Students' Mission Wednesday as they canvassed 2 separate Duluth neighborhoods, hoping to educate residents about the importance of working smoke alarms.
Most people we talked to said they know that theirs have been installed within the last 10 years, so we just handed them a flyer and told them to have a nice day.
The students kept track of anyone who didn't have a working smoke alarm so the Red Cross could come and install one later on. Dan Williams, the executive director of the Northern Minnesota Red Cross, says his home fire campaign has saved lives.
We started this program in late 2014, and since then we've installed over 10,500 free smoke detectors in at-risk homes.
It's an effort Nathan Smoller, a freshman at Scholastica, says he's proud to be a part of.
Community is one of our 5 really important values at Scholastica, so it's definitely a big part of the Dignitas freshman class.
The students, along with the Red Cross, visited Zenith Terrace Mobile Home Community in Proctor and Vintage Acres in the Gary neighborhood of Duluth.
All right, Kelly's back from a big section finals hockey game tonight.
Oh, huge night of section finals over at Amsoil Arena. We are going to have highlights coming up next. The Hunters and Hermantown going at it for a trip to state on the line. It's coming up.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
When other diets don't work, lose up to 1 pound of fat a day with Healthy Systems USA.
Gone from a size 18-20 to a size 12, just shy of a half a pound a day.
Order online or call us today.
I'm Dr. Jordan Blessing, and I'm a pediatric hospitalist at St. Luke's Hospital. Advice I give to parents and patients is to ask questions. Medicine's very much a conversation. I'd rather spend more time visiting about their questions than have them worrying about something that I could have been helpful with. I started woodworking in 6th grade. At work, I get to creatively solve problems, and in the wood shop, I get to creatively dream up ideas and then build those ideas. Working in medicine, pediatrics in particular, they remind me what's important each day.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team, Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
Honey, what are you doing?
Carpet's getting a little long. Tripping hazard.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Run! Who wants a brat?
Honey, just get in already.
With the penalty-free promise, auto rates never go up from tickets or accidents.
Seriously?
So find something else to worry about. Western National.
Our team at Washington, Virginia has proudly been putting the customer first since 1983. We're driven to provide the best guest experience with the most competitive pricing. Experience the difference.
Trust the team at Washke's to find you the perfect truck built for work and play. Lease a new 2020 Ram for $385 a month or buy a new 2019 GMC Sierra and save up to $13,000 off MSRP. Get an SUV made to fit your lifestyle and family. Lease the nimble new Jeep Renegade for just $199 a month.
We're family driven since 1983.
Picture that first day Donald Trump is no longer the president. The sun's going to come up over a country even more divided with crises that still require urgent action. I am running to pick up the pieces of our divided nation and lead us toward real action to do something about health care, to do something about climate change, to tackle systemic racism, an American experience defined not by exclusion, but by belonging.
I'm Pete Buttigieg, and I approve this message.
When other diets don't work, lose up to 1 pound of fat a day with Healthy Systems USA.
I have used every single program there is in my lifetime. I would recommend Healthy Systems USA.
Order online or call us today.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Hermantown hockey and the Section 7A championship have been synonymous with one another over the years. And tonight, they were hoping to avenge a tough loss from last year. But they'd have to get through the Duluth-Denfeld Hunters, who were looking for the upset. The Hawks strike first in the second period. Zach Kylan puts it home on a scrum to make it 1-0 Hermantown heading into the second intermission. Hawks led shots on goal 31-7 to the third. Hawks start to put this one away as Aiden Dowd goes on the breakaway and goes top shelf to make it 2-0 less than 2 minutes later. It's Zach Kylan credited for pushing this one into the back of the net to make it 3-0. And how about more? Blake Biani netting his first goal of the game in his future arena. The Mr. Hockey finalist makes it 4-0. They go on to get 2 more, and Hermantown heading back to the state tourney. The Hawks win in a shutout, 6-0 the final.
This is exactly what I wanted with these group of guys. Like, these are my best friends, it's my family. So, yeah, I mean, either way, whatever happened tonight, I would never regret it not leaving and coming back to my senior year. But I'm so glad it worked out, and this is obviously what happened. And we're not done yet. We're trying to win a state championship.
I'm happy right now in so many ways. I'm happy for this team. I'm happy for our seniors. I'm happy for our community, because I think the community really realized last year not going how hard it is, one, and what it means, really. And I think the community is just jacked up to be going back.
And speaking of the playoffs, the UMD men's basketball team opened up the NSIC tournament tonight. They earned a home game to start things out as the 2 seed in the North Division, taking on a 7 seed Concordia St. Paul. Brandon Meyer going for his 4th straight 40-point game after recently becoming UMD's all-time leading scorer, and he came out hot. The and one through contact. Then how's this for a sequence? Takes the inbound pass, pulls the trigger, and knocks down the corner 3. This is all part of a 19-2 Bulldog run. He gets back and plays defense too, comes up with a steal, and you can guess how that ends. Or look at it on the rack attack just before the half. More of the same, but this time with 2 hands. Bulldogs by 5 at the break. It takes double overtime at Romano Gym, but the Bulldogs win it 92-87 to advance. Up next, They'll take on Winona State. On the women's side, the Bulldogs opening up their tournament with a matchup against Upper Iowa. It was a tight game at the half, but the third quarter changed everything. UMD outscores Upper Iowa 28-13 behind another great night from their leader, Brooke Olson, who had 33. And the Bulldogs take care of business from there, and they advance in the playoffs. They take down Upper Iowa 81-54, the final. To some D3 hoops action, UWS women hosting Northwestern in the first round of the UMAC Championship Tournament. Right off the tip-off, Emily Carpenter's shot is off the rim, but Destiny Haldeman, what a rebound and what a fight to the rim. She puts it up and in for the Jackets' first points of the game. Still in the first, this time it's Carpenter to Marissa Ruiz, who takes the shot behind the arc, and that pays off. She had 16. Yellow Jackets doing more work down low. Michaela Coivisto fights to put that one in, and the Jackets lead by 4. They held them early. Ruiz with the steal on the breakaway. She makes this one count. UW Superior wins 90-83, the final. And the Wolves break a 5-game losing streak. They win tonight as well. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center. Proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
At Papa Murphy's, we're making flavor magic for just $8. Introducing the new Combo Magnifico, a magical combination of giant pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and onions, all for just $8. Bake it yourself, then make it disappear. We make it, you bake it, Papa Murphy's.
Dear Wallet, Toyota President's Day is on. Load up on tech. Load up on style. Load up on fun. And load up on savings. Hurry, get a historic deal before it's history. See you soon, your new Toyota. Right now, get $1,000 TFS cash when you finance a new 2020 RAV4 or lease a new RAV4 for $239 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD. And we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that. Plus, sometimes in the rain, our services go out.
Because of the dish on your roof?
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-916-4499.
And Spectrum Internet starts at 100 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-916-4499.
Now, we know the Trump strategy. Try to win by attacking, distorting, dividing. Mr. President, it won't work.
Newspapers report Bloomberg is the Democrat Trump fears most. This president, universal health care that lets people keep their coverage if they like it, a record on job creation, a doable plan to combat climate change.
I led a complex, diverse city through 9/11, and I have common sense plans to move America away from chaos to progress.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with live local CBS3. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
A local high school robotics team unveiled their incredible creation, which they hope will win them some accolades. The Duluth East Daredevils held their annual open house tonight. They showed off their 2020 Infinite Recharge robot. The team kept it a secret up until now. The students showed off what it can do, including shooting a ball through a hoop and climbing. They say the climber was the hardest thing to build.
We have to be able to lift our 125-pound robot up off the ground for 5 seconds after the match ends, and that itself is a challenge.
The Daredevils have their first big regional competition next week at the Deck. 60 teams will compete against each other. The Daredevils have the chance of going to Worlds.
I think what those kids are able to do with those machines is incredible.
It is.
It's
Wow.
so cool, yeah. Speaking of incredible, we might have an incredible weather forecast for the weekend.
Well, again, if you like it on the warmer side like last weekend, we have a chance of repeating that come this weekend. In between, though, we're going to have a cool down. That's starting tonight. Tonight, especially for the South Shore, there's a little more snow possible, but high pressure should make it sunny and cool for both Thursday and Friday with highs near 20, lows near 0. Then it starts to warm up Saturday. Saturday gets a slight morning chance of flurries, then smooth but cloudy sailing on Sunday, and into the upper 30s by Monday when our next chance of precip comes around.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow night.